Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video, we are going to discuss CCNA version 7 Packet Tracer Activity Skills Integration Challenge. Before coming to this activity, friends, if you are watching our channel first time or if you like to get this type of technical videos in future, consider subscribing. Also, don't forget to enable that bell icon near to the subscribe button so that you will get notification message whenever we upload a new video. And also, if you like to get more technical contents or if you like to contact our team, you can visit our website. Link you will get from our Facebook page. Now back to our packet tracer activity. Here we can see our addressing table with the device interface, IP address or prefix. Then it's a default gateway. And here we can see this addressing table is incomplete. We have to complete this addressing table. Coming to the background or scenario, the router central ISP cluster and the web server are completely configured. You must create a new IPv4 addressing scheme that will accommodate 4 subnets using the 192.168.0.0/24 network. Now, the IT department requires 25 hosts. The sales department needs 50 hosts. The subnet for the rest of the staff requires 100 hosts. A guest subnet will be added in the future to accommodate 25 hosts. You must also finish the basic security settings and interface configurations on R1. You will configure the SVI interface and the basic security settings on switches S1, S2 and S3. To our topology, here we can see our devices, switches S1, S2 and S3, our router R1, and here we can see our router central. Now coming to the instructions, IPv4 addressing. Use 192.168.0.0/24 to create subnets that meet the host requirements. So staff required 100 hosts, sales required 50 hosts, then IT required 25 hosts, then guest network to be added later, 25 hosts. Then document the IPv4 addresses that have been assigned in the addressing table. Then record the subnet for the guest network. Now coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see the subnet we created as per our host requirements. Here we can see for staff 100 host, network assigned 192.168.0.0, and here we can see subnet to mask and its broadcast address. Then coming to sales, 50 host, network address 192.168.0.128, and here we can see the subnet to mask. We used /26 as its prefix. Then coming to IT, 25 host. Here we can see its network address, subnet to mask and its broadcast address. Then coming to guest, 25 host. Network address is 192.168.0.224. Now coming to our topology, here we can see different networks. Just I will highlight this staff network here with a color. Okay. So here we can see that network with 100 hosts, and we can see the devices. It's staff S1 and this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. And here we are going to use this network address 192.168.0.0. So here we will assign for this interface we will use the first usable IP address. Coming to our addressing table, for the device R1 interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 IP address we will use 192.168.0.1 slash it's a 25. Then here we can see our switch S1. We will use the second usable IP address for this switch. So we will copy this IP address. S1 VLAN 1. So it's a 1.2. Then we have to give its default gateway. It's a 0.1. Then here we can see our staff PC. We will assign the IP address 0.3. Then it's a default gateway. Now here we can see our second network with the 50 host devices, sales S2, and this interface, that is gigabit Ethernet 0/1, which is connected to this router R1. We will highlight that network also. Now coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see for sales 50 host, we have to use this network address 192.168.0.128. Here we will assign the first usable IP address for this interface, gigabit Ethernet 0/1. Then we will use the second usable IP address for this switch S2. Then the third usable IP address for this PC sales. So coming to our spreadsheet, on R1 gigabit Ethernet 0/1, we will use this IP address. It's 129, the first usable IP address. Its prefix we used /26. Then coming to S2, we will use 130. Then coming to the PC sales, we will use 131. Then we have to give its default gateway. S2 default gateway, it's 129. Then coming to a sales default gateway. Now finally coming to the third network with the 25 host. We will highlight that network. Here is that. Here we can see the devices IT, S3 and R1. Coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see for this 25 host IT, we have to use this network address 192.168.0.191 with this subnet to mask. And here we can see this network is connected to this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/2. Yes, in this router R1. So we will assign the first usable IP address for this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/2. Then we will assign the second usable IP address for this switch S3, and we will assign the third usable IP address for this PC IT. Now coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see IT with 25 host. Its network address 192.168.0.192. Oh, it's not 191. Here we can see we given the broadcast for this 50 host, it's 191. So the next address is 192. So we have to correct this network address for this 25 host in IT. It's 192.168.0.192. Now we will copy this IP address, and coming to device R1 interface gigabit Ethernet 0/2, we will use the first usable IP address. It's a 193. Then its prefix it's a /27, right? Now we will copy this IP address. Then coming to S3, we will use the next usable IP address. It's 194. Then it's a default gateway. It's 193. Then coming to IT, we will use 195. Then it's a default gateway. Now we can see our addressing table is fully updated. So just I will zoom it for the good view. Coming to the next instructions, PC configurations. Configure the assigned IPv4 address, subnet mask, and default gateway settings on the staff, sales, and IT PCs using your addressing scheme. Yes, we can do that. Firstly, we will go to staff. We'll go to IP configuration. We'll go to our spreadsheet. Okay, here we will give our IP address for this staff. It's here. We will copy this IP address. Then it's a subnet mask. It's a 128. Then coming to the default gateway 0.1. Now we will go to sales IP configuration. Here we can see a sales IP address. We will copy that. IP address. Okay, then subnet mask. It's a 192. Then default gateway. It's a 129. Now coming to our IT IP configuration. Here we can see IT IP address. We will copy that. And here we can see it's a default gateway. Coming to its IP configuration. Coming to subnet mask, it's a 224. Then coming to its a default gateway, it's 193. Next is assign the IPv6 unicast and link local addresses and default gateways to the staff, sales, and IT networks according to the addressing table. Okay, we will do that. Coming to our addressing table, here we can see staff IPv6 address. We will copy that. Coming to staff IP configuration, IPv6 address. Then coming to its a prefix, it's a 64. Then coming to IPv6 gateway, it's here. Now we will go to a sales IP configuration. We will copy this IPv6 address. Then coming to its a prefix /64. Then coming to its a default gateway. And finally coming to IT. We'll copy this IPv6 address. Then its prefix and its IPv6 gateway. Now again coming to our addressing table, here we can see for these end devices, staff, sales, and IT, they given the link local address here. So we have to give this a link local address on all these end devices. So coming to staff IP configuration, here we can see the default link local address. Now we will give this link local address as specified in our addressing table. We will copy this link local address. It's the same for these devices, sales and IT also. Here we will give that link local address. Okay. Now coming to sales IP configuration, link local address. Next is coming to IT. Yes, it's done. We done all the configurations in this PCs, staff, sales, and IT as per the requirements given. Now coming to R1 configurations, configure the device name according to the addressing table. We will go to our router R1, enter enable configure a terminal. We will set the host name as specified, it's R1. Next is a disable DNS lookup. Okay, we can do that. We have to give a no IP domain lookup. Okay. Next is assign Cisco ENPA55 as the encrypted privileged exit mode password. Okay, we will copy this password and we will enable a secret. Enable secret as specified, it's here. Okay. Next is assign this password. We will copy that as the console password and enable login. Okay, we will go to line console 0. Then we will enable the password. It's here, password. Then we have to specify the password. Then we will give a login command. Next is require that a minimum of 10 characters be used for all passwords. Okay, we can do that. We will go to R1. We have to go to global configuration mode, configure a terminal. Here we will give it's a security passwords, a minimum length as specified, it's 10. Next is encrypt all plain text passwords. Okay, we have the command service password encryption. Next is create a banner that warns anyone accessing the device that unauthorized access is prohibited. Okay, we will set banner MOTD. Banner MOTD. We will start with the delimiter. Then we will give our message. Unauthorized access is strictly prohibited. Next is configure and enable all the gigabit Ethernet interfaces. So we have to configure the IPv4 addresses according to our addressing scheme. Also, we have to configure the IPv6 addresses according to the addressing table. Now coming to our topology, here we can see the interfaces, gigabit interfaces. It's gigabit Ethernet 0/0, gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and gigabit Ethernet 0/2. First of all, we will configure IPv4 address. So we will configure this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Coming to our addressing table, here we can see gigabit Ethernet 0/0 and its IPv4 address and its a prefix. We will copy this address. Then coming to our router R1, we will go to that interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Then we will set its IP address as per our addressing table. Then it's a subnet mask /25, so we have to give 128. Now we will give no shutdown command. Better, I think now itself we will configure IPv6 address also. So we will get this interface IPv6 address. So here we can see that. We will copy that. Also we can see it's a link local address. We will set its IPv6 address. We already copied that. Okay, now we will set its link local address FE80:1 as a link local. Now we will configure the next interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and we will get its IPv4 address first. It's here. We will copy that and here we can see its prefix. It's a /26. Coming to R1. Here we will exit. Then we will go to the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 and we will set IPv4 address first. Then it's subnet mask. It's 192. We will give a no shutdown command also. Now we will set its IPv6 address. We will copy that from here. Okay, and here we can see it's a link local address. We will set its IPv6 address. Also, we will set link local address FE80 :1 as link local. Now we will configure this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/2. We will get its IPv4 address first. We will copy that. Okay, and here we can see its prefix. It's /27. Okay, we will exit. Then we will go to the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/2, and we will set IPv4 IP address. That is IPv4 address. Then it's subnet mask. It's a 224. Then no shutdown command. Now we will configure IPv6 address for this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/2. We will copy its address, and here we can see it's a link local address also. IPv6 address. Okay, then a link local address FE80 :1 as a link local. Okay, next we are going to configure SSH on R1. We have to set the domain name to CCNA-lab.com, then generate a 1024-bit RSA key, then configure the VTY lines for SSH access, then use the local user profiles for authentication. Then we have to create a user admin1 with a privilege level of 15 and use the encrypted password of admin1PA55. Okay, we will do that. Coming to R1, we will exit from this interface. Then we will set this IP domain name as specified. It's a CCNA-lab.com. Now we will generate a 1024-bit RSA key. It's a crypto key generate RSA. How many bits in the modulus? Okay, it's a 1024. Now we will create the user and password with a privilege level of 15 and use the encrypted password of admin1PA55. Okay, we will copy this username, and here we will give username. It's here. Then we will give as a secret, and here we can see specifies a hidden secret will follow. We'll give 5 here. Okay, then we will copy this password, and we will give that here. Then press enter. Now we will configure the VTY lines for SSH access. So we have to go to line VTY. We will give for all the lines from 0 to 15. Okay, and here we will give transport input SSH. Then we will give a login local. Here this username and this password we will create once more in this router R1 correctly. Create a user admin1. We will copy this admin1. So it's we have to go to global configuration mode, that's correct. Then username, it's admin1. Then secret password is here. We'll paste that here. Okay, then press enter. Now coming to the next configuration, configure the console and VTY lines to log out after 5 minutes of inactivity. Okay, we have to go to the lines again. We will go to a line console first, line console 0. Then here we have to give that exit timeout. So we will give 5 minutes, then 0 seconds. We will exit, then we will go to line VTY for all the lines from 0 to 15. Then exit timeout 5 minutes 0 seconds. Now the last configuration in this router R1, block anyone for 3 minutes who fails to log in after 4 attempts within a 2-minute period. Okay, we can do that. Coming to R1 again, we will exit from here and we will give here login block for 180 attempts, it's 4 within 10. Oh, sorry, it's not 10. Actually, I specified it's 120. So we have to give a correct time. It's within 120. Right. Now we will go to a switch configuration. Configure the device name according to the addressing table. Coming to our topology, here we can see 3 switches, S1, S2 and S3. And we have to configure this device name as S1, S2 and S3. Okay, we will do that. First of all, coming to S1, we will go to CLI, enable configure a terminal. We will set the host name as a specified S1. Now we will go to S2, enable configure a terminal, host name as a S2. Now we will go to S3, enable configure a terminal, host name as S3. Now configure the SVA interface with the IPv4 address and subnet to mask according to your addressing scheme. Okay, here we can see IP address for these S1, S2 and S3. First of all, we will copy this S1 IP address, and here we can see it's a prefix. Also we can see it's a default gateway. We will go to S1 interface VLAN 1 and we will set the IP address. Okay, then it's subnet to mask 128. Then we will give no shutdown command. Then we will exit and we will set its IP default gateway. It's a 0.1. Now we will configure S2. Coming to our addressing table, here we can see S2 IP address. We will copy that, and here we can see it's a prefix. It's a /26, and we can see it's a default gateway. Coming to S2 interface VLAN 1 IP address, and it's a subnet to mask 192. Then no shutdown command. We will exit and we will set the IP default gateway. It's a 129. Now we will configure S3. We will get its IP address. Okay, and here we can see it's a prefix /27, and it's a default gateway. It's a .193. Interface VLAN 1 IP address. It's here. Then it's a subnet mask 224. Now shutdown. We will exit and we will set its IP default gateway. It's 193. Okay, next is configure the default gateway. Yes, we configured a default gateway for all these switches S1, S2 and S3. Now disable DNS lookup. Okay, we will do that. Coming to S1, here we have to give a no IP domain lookup. Okay, now we will go to S2, no IP domain lookup, and finally we will go to S3, no IP domain lookup. Next is assign a Cisco ENPA55 as the encrypted privileged exec mode password. Okay, we will copy this password and we will go to S1. It's enable a secret and here is that password. Now we will go to S2. It's enable a secret and here is that password. And finally to S3, enable secret. Next is assign Cisco CONPA55 as the console password and enable login. Okay, we will copy this password. We will go to S1, line console 0. Password is here. Then login. Now we'll go to S2. It's a line console 0. Password. Login. And in S3, line console 0. Password. Login. Next is configure the console and VTY lines to log out after 5 minutes of inactivity. Okay, coming to S1. Now we are in a line console. So we will here we will give that exit timeout 50. Okay, then we will exit. We'll go to line VTY for all the lines 0 to 15 and we will give that exit timeout 5 minutes. Now we will go to S2. Here we will give that exit timeout 50. We will exit and then we will go to line VTY 0 to 15. Exit timeout. Then we will go to S3. Here we will give a exit timeout 5 minutes 0 seconds. Then we will exit and we will go to line VTY 0 to 15. Then this exit timeout. Now finally encrypt all plain text passwords. Okay. We will exit and we will give a service password encryption. Then coming to S2. Exit service password encryption. On S3. exit service password encryption. Finally, coming to connectivity requirements, use the web browser on the staff, sales and IT PCs to navigate to www.cisco.pka. Then use the web browser on the staff, sales and IT PCs to navigate to www.cisco6.pka. And finally, all PCs should be able to ping all other the devices. We will copy this URL. Then coming to staff, we will go to web browser. In this URL, we will give this cisco.pka. It's working. Again, we will reopen this web browser and we will change this URL to cisco6.pka. Okay, it's working. Now we will go to sales web browser. Okay, it's working. Again, we will reopen this web browser here with the cisco6.pka. Okay, and finally coming to IT web browser. Again, we will reopen for Cisco 6.pka. Yes, it's working. Now we will try to ping these PCs each other. We will get the IP address of sales. It's here. Now coming to staff, we will go to command prompt and we will ping to that PC. It's working. Now we will get the IP address of IT. Okay, ping to IT. It's working. Okay, in this video we discussed the packet tracer activity skills integration challenge. Here we can see our completion status. It's 100%. Now dear friends, if you have any doubt, any suggestions, please comment below. Also, if you like our video, give a thumb and share with all your friends. Don't forget to visit our website. Link you will get from our Facebook page. Stay tuned and we will meet again with the next video. Thank you.